and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then don't forget to subscribe down below, and without much further ado, let's get on with the video. So today is going to mark the beginning of a new series here on this channel. Now I'm proposing to you guys that I add another day to my YouTube schedule and bring these out on Fridays because I'm insane. I have a lot on my plate right now, but let's just add more, you know, because why not? Now my proposed idea for this new series is a review show, so to speak, because I watch a lot of theatre and I watch a lot of film and I love it so much and I want to talk about it, and I thought, what is the most British way you can do it? Sit down with a cup of tea, but sometimes this tea might be orange juice. I just don't know what to call it yet. If any of you have any ideas, then hit me up with them because I need ideas. Now I know it's currently a Sunday, but for this week I didn't have another video for any of y'all, so this is what today's is gonna be, but from now on it will be a Friday thing. Not every Friday, just when I see something and I want to review it, it'll be on a Friday. I have been talking a lot introducing this new series, but I'm going to get onto the topic and the thing I'm talking about today. Yes, it is theatre, it is a musical, and it is The Grinning Man. Now this right here is my programme from the first time I went to see The Grinning Man. Now the last time I went to see it, which is the second time I've seen it, was on the 1st of March, and I fell more in love with the show than I did the first time, which I didn't think was possible, but it really was. So what is The Grinning Man? The Grinning Man is a musical adaptation of the book by Victor Hugo, who also did Les Mis and Hunchback of Notre Dame. And it's the story of Grinning Man, who when he was a little boy was cut with a knife to give him a permanent grin. And it follows Grinning Man as he's trying to find out who it was that did the deed to his face and why they did it. And it includes so many different characters with so many different points of views, and the way they all come together is just, it's a really good musical. It's nothing like anything I've seen ever in theatre, and I've seen a lot of theatre. Now the actors in this aren't the most well-known people you will ever see in a theatre production, but my god, I hope they become way more famous for their astonishing voices. Like, out of this world voices. First off, I'm going to talk about Josiana, who is played by Amanda Wilkin. Now her voice is literally the most, I can't even come up with the right word, but just delicious feels right, you know? If a voice can be delicious, hers is. When she sings her main song, which I believe is called Brand New World of Feeling, there's definitely the lyrics World of Feeling in it. It is literally I was broken to today. It's just so good, and I remember the first time I saw it I was like, this song I need to listen to this again somehow. And then when we were sitting in the auditorium at the beginning I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna hear this again and I'm getting to hear her voice, and it's just gonna be so beautiful and delicious. I can't think of a better adjective. And now we move on to Derry Moir, the prince, who is played by Mark Anderson. His character is probably my favourite for just an overall character. He is funny, he is lively, he is scared, he is just an over-the-top, pompous king. He kind of reminds me of King George in Hamilton, that kind of like jokey king kind of vibe. Obviously not as ruthless as King George in Hamilton, but you know. Julie Atherton plays Angelica, and her entire persona in that role, just, it's great. She has the most amazing facial expressions I think I've ever seen in any actor. They are so over the top and large and very silent movie-esque big movements, and she keeps up the same amount of energy and just everything about it. And her costume, oh my god. Now the first time I saw The Grinning Man, Dea was played by her understudy, who is Claire Marie Hall, and she did a fantastic job. I like fell in love with that character through her performance, and then getting to see the other actress in the role last week was just so weird but so amazing, because they brought such different personas to the same character, like not in a way that it changes the whole character, but they just brought those little things to it that kind of, having those two versions adds more to the character on a whole, because it shows the different ways people interpret the character, and just seeing them both do it was great. And I cannot even begin to think about how to pronounce Dea's main actress's name. Is it Sandenbesten? I'm really, really sorry. You were amazing and I loved you. I just, terrible with names. Terrible. I cannot pronounce anything for the life of me. But they were both amazing in the roles, and their character is blind from birth, and she has to wear like white contacts, like the white ones where you just see like the pupil, and obviously being blind she can't look the other actors in the face, and not once did she look them in the face. Like, I was specifically looking at her like, does she ever just like have to like flick her eyes to kind of make sure she's in the right place? But no, she does not move her eyes to be able to see into someone else's eyes, if that makes sense. Now, probably my favourite thing about any of these actors is that the person who plays Barkilphedro is Julian Bleach. Now, if you don't know who Julian Bleach is, he plays Davros in Doctor Who, or at least New Who. So, Davros was like a foot away from me, you know? If that's not really cool, I don't know what is. And again, he was amazing in the part. He has another voice that is just so different but so amazing at the same time. You guys all know what Davros sounds like, and he brings that and so much more to the show, and Barkilphedro is a great character. Sean Kingsley plays Ursus, Grinpain and Dea's father, and again he brings something completely different with his voice to the role, and his first song is just, it's so beautiful to listen to, and I think they did release that one on YouTube, him singing it, so I will be listening to that on repeat because it's just, it's so moving and so nice, and his voice is so pretty, and he just, again, it was amazing and just amazing, you know? Amazing. Now, Mojo is a dog. He is a big dog, and he is puppeteered by two people. One of them obviously is his head, and one of them is his back two legs. So the puppets in this take the same format as the ones that you see in Warhorse, because the director is the same director. It is Tom Morris. He is a genius in his ability to get people to puppeteer. His puppets are insane. They're next level. Literally, I want a little Grinpain puppet, like, please. Mojo's great, okay? Go and see it just for Mojo, you know? There's so much to see, but, like, Mojo's a precious little dog. Not little, actually. He's quite a big dog. Now, there were other people in the show which were equally as amazing, but I can't, unfortunately, talk about all of them, otherwise this video will literally be half an hour long. But if any of them, for some reason, are watching, just know that I love you all. I love your performances. I love everything that you brought to the show. But finally, actor-wise, I have to talk about Louis Mascal, because, oh my god. So, the first time I saw this, I fell in love with his voice, okay? The second time I saw it, I fell in love with him as a human being and his voice. I cannot express how beautiful his voice is. Like, it's genuinely just, I think it's probably like my favourite musical voice I've ever heard in my life. Just to prove to you all how beautiful this man's voice is, I'm just gonna play a tiny wee little bit of Labyrinth, okay? Prepare yourself. It's just beautiful, okay? His voice is so beautiful, and literally when the second act began, I was just sitting there like, I love this so much. But it isn't just his voice that I love about his performance. So quite a big thing with this is puppetry and puppet shows and that whole concept of being a puppet. Now, Louis is one of the puppeteers for the Grinpain puppet, and then when they take the puppets away, he is Grinpain. But he brings this jagged motion with a sense of fluidity to his performance that makes it still look like he is the puppet being pulled around the stage and thrown in different directions, and just he's constantly moving, and I mean constantly. His entire performance is outstanding, like literally outstanding, and I hope he goes far because I love him a lot. I say I love him, that's weird, okay? I don't necessarily love him, I just love his performance. There you go. Although he is really nice. Now we come on to the music, because I kind of have to talk about music, you know, considering it's a musical. The music in this reminds me a lot of Les Mis meets 27 meets, yeah, Addams Family, you know? Because of the creepiness, it kind of has to bring in a bit of Addams Family. Yes, it does. But it's so unique and weird and beautiful and funny and just all these different things that kind of make it a really good soundtrack, and I want it, okay? I want a full cast recording. My favourite song is Labyrinth, which is sung by Grinning Man at the beginning of Act 2. That is my favourite song just because obviously Louis sings it, his voice is beautiful, the song literally makes me cry. It's just amazing, okay? It's just amazing and I love it. I love it a lot. You know this video is too long when you're running out of tea. Another song which I love is the one between Derry-Moir and Josephina, and it is basically when Derry-Moir is like, I've just seen the Grinning Man, mate, I'm shook, and getting Josiana interested and brought in to the world of the Grinning Man, and it's a really good song. Now, while I can literally talk about all the songs in this because I love them, the last one I'm going to talk about is Josiana's song because, as I said, her voice is literally delicious and I could not get enough of it. But her song is so different from the rest of the songs in it, but so welcoming at the same time. It is kind of like this, I can't even describe it, it's just this really like nice, like jazzy kind of tune and very soulful and just, it's beautiful. You have Josiana singing her soulful music, her lovely voice, and then you have Grinning Man singing his like heartfelt "How Can Someone Love Me" song, and just, it's so good and so precious and I love it so much. I need a cast recording, please. Can you guys at the Grinning Man just, you know, voice memo me you singing it, like, you know, so I can just have it and listen to it for forevermore. We're gonna go to the set now because I am a sucker for good staging and good sets, okay? Like, it is probably one of my favourite things about theatre, and I love minimalist staging that becomes really extra and really over the top, and the Grinning Man does this. All the props they use are really creepy and like run down because obviously they're in London and it's dirty and gringy. So I love the aesthetic of the sets anyway, but then having it very minimalistic to suddenly a full stage is really, really cool, and the stage goes back a lot further than it looks, so you get a lot more. I think it's mainly in the second act you get a lot more of the like larger behind the stage bit. But yes, the staging is amazing and a highlight for me because I'm a sucker for good sets. Hell yeah, I am. Now, because I'm pretty much out of tea, I should be bringing this video to a close, so I'm going to end with my first experience at stage door. The rest of the cast came out and we kind of just gave them our like, we loved you, you were amazing, that was cool, and then Louis came out and I was like, I have to go for it, you know, I have to just be like, hello, I love you. And I just kind of looked at him and was like, your voice, I love it, I love your voice, it's beautiful. And he was just there like, oh, thank you. And I realised in that moment that was creepy, so I was like, oh, I'm sorry, that was creepy. I'm the person on Twitter and YouTube that made the video, and he knew what I was talking about. And he might even be watching this now, and if you are, Louis, thank you for being so nice and such a privilege to talk to, because it was just great, okay? It was just a great conversation, and I'm still really happy from it. It literally made my day. And I got this picture, which we look like cold little eggs, but I'm here for it, you know, because he has a beautiful voice, and I got a picture with him. I mean, he's just beautiful, isn't he? Yes, he is. But yeah, that was my stage door experience, and if I go again, which, honestly, I don't think I can't. I have to see it one more time before it ends, and I'm thinking of going like a day before it ends, or maybe 2 days before, just because I need to. But if I go back, I will probably be going to stage door again, but this time taking this program with me so I can get it signed, because I've never done that before, and I want this program signed. You might be seeing me again, just creepily waiting like a little egg that I am, being like, I love you, and your voice, it's beautiful. Hello, I'm a creepy egg. Welcome to the life of HAYNES. And I'm finally going to end this video by saying, please, if you can, go and watch this. You will not regret it. Every penny that I spent was a penny well spent. It's genuinely astonishing, amazing. If you love any kind of creepy thing, go and watch it. If you love any musical, go and watch it. I think tickets start from £25 and they go up to maybe £60 to £80, I'm not entirely sure, but there are ways to get slightly cheaper tickets, and I recommend it so much. It is on till the 14th of April, which I believe is a Saturday, and there are 2 shows, 2:30 and 7:30 on that day. Otherwise it is on every other day of the week except for Sundays. It is at the Trafalgar Studios in London, obviously. That is my tea drunk. This must mean it's the end of the video. I can't believe that actually lasted the whole video, because I've talked a lot. I highly, highly recommend it, okay? It's only here for a short amount of time. You're probably not going to see it if you don't get tickets ASAP. And the more people that get tickets mean the better chance that more people will talk about it, it'll end up in the West End, and we get a cast recording. So please, I beg anyone and everyone to go and watch it. It's amazing, okay? It's amazing. Stunning. Yes. I'm definitely buying tickets again. I recorded that video on Friday, today is Saturday, and I just bought tickets. Turns out, under 25s can get tickets for £25 on atgtickets.com, so I did. Not sponsored, but I'm going back. Obviously I wasn't made to say any of this by the Grinning Man, I love it so much and I want you all to go and see it. So that does it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, then please do not forget to subscribe just here, and also click on my previous video just here. But until next time, bye!